the holy name of God, written in Hebrew, has these numbers. It's a constructed language. All letters have a number designated to it, and it ends up with 72. Tav, being the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, sounds a bit similar, like Tet, the ninth of the Hebrew alphabet. And it's very funny that the ninth is like an end in numbers. So Malkut, the fundament, is number 10, and when you go one down to number 9, you end at Yesod, which is Tav. The only place where in this Sephirot tree of the Kabbalah you find Tav on a path. We have a 6-pointed star where in the middle that is the knowledge, and it's not existent within this tree. Thanks to Axel Klitzke, we have this Tav, this T cross can be looked upon like this, and it constructs a 5-pointed star. I'm just talking about the last Tav, but the Aleph and the middle, the Mem, and this last in the row here, Tav, means Wahrheit, truth. But if Aleph, God, isn't in that row, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, then it means death. So my cards have some difficulties because I included lots of cards, like here, 72 Hebrew names of God, and they're also, Death of Death was one of those names. So the Crowley Tarot does not have a witch, but the bad number here is 13 somehow too when it comes as death. And the 12th card, there it turns, you have the Hanged Man, and he has his legs crossed, so a 90-degree angle is formed, which is what we need to construct a 5-pointed star. Actually, he's hiding his hand somehow, but the arms should be in a 60-degree angle, whatever that one is for. Well, you get to a 6-pointed star with that, we have learned. So yeah, and also when Jesus is shown, he has his feet nailed to the cross. And if you turn him around, he looks a bit like that one too. Day stops and night starts. Tarot has 78 cards. Take that twice, you end up at 165. 165, that's when you have 12 times 13. So these numbers are hidden within the dollar bill manifold. 12 and 13. 12, 13 and 10. The way it is constructed. From 7 on, it's not constructible in geometry. So from 7 on, the numbers are called holy. Going into a lodge, you go up 7 steps and then you end on the Musivish pattern of that floor. And there is these 2, Ida and Pingala, the 2 sides of the Kabbalah tree, that is. And there is a stone that looks unworked and one that has been worked on. And there is the 90 degrees thingy up here, and this one, and the 5-pointed star. And then you have a Bible, something. in the middle, between that and that, there is some kind of a Bible or the Koran or some holy book in a lodge. Yeah. And here would be some kind of a kelle, look it up, and a hammer. Yeah. So even though we don't find the number 7 doable in architecture, not really. It is there. It's like the 7 candles in Judaism, depicting all the visual colors, maybe. Right here around this 5-pointed star, they have these 9 flames of, they call it, of the transcendental. But yeah, it's 9, the number 9, the end, from where on mathematics repeats itself. Look at the numbers 1 to 9, and then it starts again. A 1 with a O is number 10. So in this figure you can count. 2 is 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16. Counted together you end at number 7. Times 2 you end at 8 is 16, so that's 7. Twice 7 would be 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 times 2 or 2 times 5 would be 10, and the O always gets neglected, so you have a 1. So it's times 2 and divided by the 2. You get to these numbers by coincidence within this form. The 2 is just a mirrored 5. When you write these numbers, you end up having the ones that belong together. 7 is an important number, we can say. The 2 differently wound spirals that these pillars symbolize are a constant, always happening in a Masonic lodge. And then these 8s, eternity somehow. And of course the number 5, then we have day and night. To know, not have done anything, to be in the knowledge and have worked on something. Yeah. And of course the 90-degree thingy here, it's actually 27 to 11, I guess, because it's got to do with the distance Moon Earth. So this being the Earth and the Moon, you can see how the pyramid fits in there that they built. And I actually tried to find out what the relationship is between those numbers. And I found out that the radius of the Moon here and the radius of the Earth, these 3,960, actually, here I forgot to write a 3,960, but it's those magical numbers 3, 9 and 6 again. That one actually ends up being the Masonic angle, that ruler that they have with them, that has this size, 11 to 27. This is twice the radius, and if you part it by 144, you get to 15 and 55. So this is 3/11. Now it's the 2 sticks, Isa, the eyes. Then we have the circling of the days and nights and years and everything. Here is death. The upright one on number 13. I just took a few out to kind of show that death here we came across in the number 13 looks a bit similar to energy, the sun. And it's not just for death, it's also for eternal life. Om. And then we have a very old earth god.